What's up everybody, Kevin here for Scuffleberg Outdoors, and in this video we are installing a Holmes Hobby SVH650 Servo and Dozer Don's TRX4 Sport. Stay tuned. Okay, like I said before, we are installing a BLS SVH650 brushless servo by Holmes Hobby into Dozer Don's TRX4 Sport. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the old servo out of here, and then I'll move y'all to the overhead and show you how easy it is to install another connector on your battery lead, soldered in to plug in, and ready to rock. Stay tuned. Alright, so we got the old servo off. It was a DS servo, cordless, 35 kg. I don't know. It's basically Amazon. Like I said, we're putting the Holmes Hobby on here. We are going to solder in this little JST connector onto the power wires of the ESC, and I will get y'all up here above so you can see what's up. It's not very hard. So ready? Up here. Alright, so what we need to do first, I've got the wire skinned back there. I don't know if you can see it, but I skinned the wires back. I've got my shrink tubing on here. So what I want to do is get the solder out. This is not a hard job. You just got to have a soldering iron. But we're going to heat this up and put a little solder in there so it's a whole lot easier. On the positive now. Try not to melt the electronics box. Anyway, let's get this one some heat. It's not very hot yet. Yeah, these ESC wires are some tough stuff to solder sometimes. Either that or my soldering iron's a piece of junk. But anyhow, got them tinned up a little bit. Hopefully make our connections. What you should do first though, really, is we're going to put a little bit of solder on these ends right here. And these should not take much. Yeah, we got that one. And there's that one. I got a big old gob of solder that I don't need. But anyway. So, now, for the goodness, I want to face these towards the ESC, so I'm just gonna put that like that, bring my handy dandy clamp down here and try to get this. There we go. Just like that. Now, since we've already put solder on both sides, you should be able to do this one-handed with just the iron. If I can get this thing to clamp right, it does not want to clamp them both vertically. One keeps wanting to slide. Anyway, so just put a little melt action right there. Let it dry for a second. You'll see it solidify. And that one is on there. And now for the negative wire, slide this little handy dandy clamper contraption over here. Give them a good clamping. Yeah. Wants to be a pain. There we go. And touch down some solder. just like so. Pretty much that's it. Let it cool off a little bit. We're going to put the shrink tube on and put the battery connector back together, and we'll get this thing finished up. Alright, so one thing you want to do after everything's plugged in and everything, you want to hook your battery up, and you want to turn your ESC on, and you want to test it before you install it. And this thing is moving, but the main thing is when you turn it on, it sets the servo to 0, or basically centers it up. And you want to make sure that your remote, your steering trim is set at 0. So that way when you put your servo horn on, it's already really close to where it's supposed to be, and you won't have any problems. So we got that done. I'm going to get this thing back together. My phone is ringing, so I will be back in a second. Alright, I don't even remember where I was. That was Dozer D on the phone. This is his rig. And I kind of figure we are going on a crawler expedition recon mission tomorrow. So anyhow, I've got the servo turned the ESC on, got it centered. Make sure your controller was, the steering trim is set at 0. So that way I can go ahead and put this stuff back together, and we will test it out here in a second. So stay tuned. Alright. The moment of truth. We'll turn this bad boy on and see how fast this thing really is. Man, that's pretty darn good. The old Holmes Hobby. What is it? SVH650. See if it moves this out of the way. It's got little rubber things. Oh, move the truck instead. Very nice servo. Very nice. And the test is done. Servo installed. The Holmes Hobby SVH650 Direct Current Servo is in the truck. And it is a beast. I'm sure Dozer Don will be pleased, and I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I hope you may learn something. If not, I'm sorry. I'll try harder next time. See ya.